plan would not extend the Obamacare tax credits that will expire at the end of the year, making coverage cost more for millions of Americans. Instead,
it redirects money into health savings accounts, up to $1,500 in health savings accounts, depending on your age. Claims will be cut, premiums by 11%, and requires citizenship checks for Medicaid. It blocks funds for abortions and so-called gender-affirming care. Democrats, led by Chuck Schumer, want to extend those tax credits for 3 years and are not going along with the GOP plan.
As Fox's Lucas Tomlinson, the House has also sent to the Senate a massive defense spending bill worth $900 billion, approved with bipartisan support, 312 yay votes. Venezuela is angry over the U.S. seizing an oil tanker off the coast, calling it theft and piracy.
Attorney General Pam Bondi says a search warrant was executed for the ship and that it was used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. Bondi says for multiple years, this tanker has been sanctioned by the U.S. due to its involvement in an illicit oil shipping network supporting foreign terrorist organizations.
That's Fox's Christina Coleman. It follows the controversial U.S. military strikes blowing up boats suspected of trafficking illegal drugs. A Venezuelan opposition activist who got the Nobel Peace Prize has come out of hiding.
I am very hopeful Venezuela will be free and we will turn a country into a beacon of hope, an opportunity of democracy.
That's Maria Corina Machado's first public appearance in 11 months from Oslo, Norway, where she was cheered the day after Machado's daughter accepted the Peace Prize on her mom's behalf. The morning after Michigan fired head football coach Sharon Moore is in jail under investigation for assault. America's listening to Fox News.
So Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $29.95 a month for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This top-tier plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you'll save over 50% every month for the rest of your life. You might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say micro, offer ends 12/14. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
We're going to get an update to the economy this hour. First-time unemployment claims for last week. The prior week came in at a three-year low after we didn't get much info about the job market during the government shutdown, something Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell referenced announcing another interest rate cut.
Although important federal government data for the past couple of months have yet to be released, available public and private sector data suggests that the outlook for employment and inflation has not changed as much since our meeting in October.
And once again, Powell got criticized at the White House.
The quarter-point cut of the Federal Reserve's key interest rate should have been at least doubled, President Trump says.
I think the rates for the United States are always the lowest in the world because without us, there is no world. Without this economy, there's no world.
The president has been harshly critical of Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, calling him a stiff and too late. Powell's term ends next year. President Trump says he is meeting with finalists to replace the outgoing chairman, including former Fed Governor Kevin Warsh. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed. They're down for the NASDAQ, but up for the Dow the morning after. The Dow surged up nearly 500 points. In the NBA, the defending champions are on a roll in Oklahoma City, on pace to make history with the best record ever.
The Oklahoma City Thunder have joined elite company. The Thunder destroyed the Suns 138-89 Wednesday night, improving to 24-1 to match the best 25-game start to an NBA season. OKC's start ties the 2015-2016 Golden State Warriors, who won their first 24 games before losing. The defending champion Thunder, who have now won 16 straight, have looked unbeatable to start the year, with their only loss coming to the Trailblazers in early November. Joe Morgan, Fox News.
Tonight in the NFL, Week 15 kicks off. Tampa Bay versus Atlanta. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Happy Thursday. It is now December 11th, 2025. You're in tune with the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. We got AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. He's on standby. We'll take a look at the temperatures, any chance of rain in that forecast, any more cold fronts near future. We'll see what he has to say. He'll be joining us in about 3 minutes. Thank you for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV. Governor Greg Abbott in the Valley yesterday was in Weslaco talking about his tax cut proposals during an appearance at CIL Properties in Weslaco yesterday. The governor signed a taxpayer empowerment pledge, called for capping property assessment increases and limiting local government spending. Lawmakers are often likely not to address any of these proposals, and a competing proposal by the lieutenant governor, yes, on tax cuts and property tax issues, probably for another year or so, because Texas lawmakers are not set to meet next year. It's 7:06 on the Valley's Morning News. For those of y'all in real estate, in the business of selling homes, check this out. We're getting a very clear picture of what next year's housing market will be like for Texas and for the Valley.
It's mostly a slowdown in the bigger metros. Dallas-Fort Worth projected to see sales fall and prices barely rise, coming 78th in Realtor.com's 100 market forecast. Houston coming in 68th with essentially flat growth expected. Austin dropping to 85th with negative overall momentum. San Antonio faring slightly better at 60th with modest gains expected. The bright spot statewide, McAllen in South Texas cracks Realtor.com's top 20 at number 16 and expected to see some of the strongest combined home sales and price growth in the country.
Yeah, and of course, all of this being pushed by Brownsville and the Port of Brownsville and Elon Musk, our neighbor. Yes, SpaceX has about 4,000 or 5,000 people on payroll, likely thousands more within the next 12 to 18 months. The liquefied natural gas node at the Port of Brownsville has about the same, about 4,000 or 5,000 people, and might be around 6,000 or 7,000 sometime in the near future. Those people need to sleep somewhere. Yeah, there's a big demand for homes right now in Cameron County, and yes, across the valley as well, as some folks are doing the commute. And the commute times, the commute numbers between Hidalgo County and Cameron County, that's a huge number now compared to just a few years back. It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. A quick health note for Texas. The avian flu is reportedly on the rise in Texas.
It's actually been around since 2022, and it tends to spike in the fall and winter during the migration season. Dr. Sarah Wyckoff with Texas Parks and Wildlife says this year is a tough one. They're getting more calls from the public citing sick and dead birds. She says the strain is hitting wild birds by the thousands. They're asking hunters to be their boots on the ground, report these sick birds. That includes waterfowl and birds of prey.
If you see any of those birds kind of on the ground, acting almost like they're drunk, they're stumbling, they can't seem to fly, maybe they're really twitchy as well. Those are considered neurological signs that are consistent with avian influenza.
Sometimes, she says, people could find a pile of dead birds, or you may spot the same clinical signs in mammals, including skunks, foxes, and raccoons. Barbara Schwartz, News Talk 710 KURV.
It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News, and this note from that donut chain, that national donut chain, you know who we're talking about, Krispy Kreme, has a popular promotion coming back. I believe that's tomorrow.
Go nuts. The donut chain is celebrating December 12th, also known as 12/12, as the Day of Dozens. To mark the occasion, Krispy Kreme is selling a dozen of their original glazed donuts for $1 with the purchase of another dozen at regular price. The deal is good on in-store online orders on December 12th only. I'm Michael Kastner.
Well, good for them. I still favor Shipley Donuts. Don't forget the McAllen substation at 10th Street and Pecan, the Shipley Donuts. Go see the Duff Man. It's 7:09. It's AccuWeather the time. And AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us. I want to say thank you first to Dougie and all the gang over at Martin Farm and Ranch. You should stop by. You might have some perfect gifts or stocking stuffers at Martin Farm and Ranch. You'll never know unless you stop by Martin Farm and Ranch, your place for animal nutrition in South Texas. Say hi to Dougie when you stop by. Meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us. So what's the trend with the temperatures the next 2-3 days? What you got, Jason?
I got a little bit of a warm-up the next couple of days. Then a front's going to come through Sunday. That'll cool us off for the beginning of the end of the weekend and the beginning of next week. So Nice and sunny today, near 80, mid 80s for us. The next 2 days, Friday and Saturday, mix of clouds and sun on Friday. Saturday will be partly sunny. Then a morning shower in the area Sunday, becoming breezy in the afternoon, mid 70s, cloudy, a shower in spots in the morning. Going to be a bit of a wet day Monday with some rain and drizzle in the afternoon, but mid 60s to low 70s on Monday.
Okay, there you go. So it's a cool front, a little bit of moisture with that next cool front. And long-range computers now as Christmas 2 weeks from today, right, guys?
Yeah.
Christmas 2 weeks from today. So now we got
still looking pretty on track, though. Monday and Tuesday are going to be like near 90 of Christmas week.
Oh, no.
And then it bails out Wednesday, Christmas Eve, mid 70s and mid 60s for Christmas Day still.
Okay. I was going to send
you. Pretty consistent those 2 days.
Of the many contributors online, I think it was on X, somebody showed a very warm map right before Christmas, which is pretty much what you've been saying across the country, very warm map. And then hopefully we get a cold front just in time for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Let's see what's on the national calendar for today. The AccuWeather forecast for today from Jason, it's 80, going to be about 80 today. So if you've been sitting down too long, Jason, get up and stretch. It's National Stretching Day. And then you can sit back down and enjoy your apps. It's a National App Day as well.
Oh, see, I've got my Apple Watch that tells me, hey, you've been sitting down too long. It's time to stand up.
Yeah. Does it give you like a little shock? Like, get up?
Yeah, it does. It actually like vibrates and tells you, hey, it's time to stand up for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty wild.
I would need a cattle prod to get up on. I'm so tired sometimes in the morning. All right, pal. We'll call you next hour. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. Again, highs today 80, and then lows tonight. What you feel right now? We're mostly mid 60s across the valley. Time is 7:12 on the Valley's morning news. We are in the heart of the holiday season, so let's take a look at some of the business reports. How's business, especially retail?
Texas retailers remain optimistic. Jeff Burdett with the Federation of Independent Business points to a new survey showing the majority of their members feel good about this year's prospects.
You're only at 5% that are reporting as poor, which we think is pretty positive.
But the report comes with a warning for shoppers. About 1 in 3 small business owners say they are raising their average selling prices. They cite the need to keep up with labor costs.
7:13 on the Valley's morning news. Attention, Fred Cruz. Getting less than 7 hours of sleep a night is a strong predictor of a shorter life expectancy. That, according to a new study published this week in the journal Sleep Advances, researchers found that sleep was more effective in predicting a shorter life expectancy than any other factor, except smoking. Well, that makes sense. I mean, if you're awake and you're walking around, if you're driving around, of course, the chances are greater that something bad might happen, right? If you're asleep, well, you're asleep. You're not moving. You're not going to bump into a wall, slip and fall, or crash into something. The time is 7:14. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. Going to share a conversation with one of these strategic planners and directors with that private sector economic recruitment, the economic development group RioPlex. It was founded this year. Some of the successes of the year. They had a sit down with their ambassadors a few days back. What is the focus? What are the industries to focus on in 2026? What are some of the plans? That's next on 710 KURV.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Curated for the hosts and the homebodies and everyone who loves a little luxury with their sip. I'm talking about Velvet Magnolia. Don't miss the big Saturday sale happening December 13th, 10 in the morning till 4 p.m., 1130 US 77 frontage in Harlingen.
The holidays are here, and so is your chance to make your business grow. Advertise on News Talk 710 KURV for better holiday sales. With our powerful radio signal, the most active social media and digital platforms, plus creative local promotions, we'll make sure your business is a success this season. Join the holiday marketing magic. Visit RadioUnited.com or call 956-992-8895 today. Our team is ready to help your business grow this holiday season. Call call 956-992-8895.
This Sunday, your Houston Texans host the Arizona Cardinals. Tune in for all the action. Kickoff at high noon on News Talk 710 KURV.
News Talk 710 KURV. This is your radio station in South Texas for Texas A&M College Playoff Football. Aggies play on the 20th, Saturday the 20th, against Miami. The broadcast 10 in the morning on the Aggie Radio Network here on 710 KURV. Thank you to our many, many supporters, including Hanka Saad. What's up, Tommy? Hanka Saad. Big thank you to Amigo Power Equipment as well. Good morning to JP and Jeff. I'm going to share with you a conversation I had yesterday afternoon, right before the drive home. Rioplex, the private sector industry recruitment effort, one of the key leaders and directors for that organization. They had a sit down with their two dozen ambassadors that represent this area and are working to recruit more industry to the area. Successes in 2025. I look ahead to 2026. We're coming to you today from the CIL property in Weslaco, Texas. I want to say thank you to the gang at CIL Capital. Big thank you especially to Rioplex, the Economic Development Initiative for South Texas. And my guest is Astrid Salazar, is the Director of Strategic Planning. And the reason that we're here broadcasting today, yes, the governor was here today around 3 p.m. announcing his tax initiatives and proposals for the state, but hosted by the good folks at CIL Capital. And when I say CIL Capital, of course, the visionary behind that is our friend Joaquin Spummer. And of course, all the ambassadors, 24 ambassadors, Mario Reina, the chief executive for the group. The objective, as was birthed this year, was to land us some new industry, land us some new jobs, because if they succeed, gosh darn it, we all succeed. And I think we can do that at the speed of business. So Astrid Salazar, again, with strategic planning for Rioplex, the Economic Development Initiative. Tell folks a little bit about yourself. I know you were telling me you have roots working for the Mexican government. You know, working with CIL, of course, you know quite a bit about trade and warehousing and logistics. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, great. So, should I take? Okay. So, yes, I've been working in economic development in a binational level for a few years now. With CIL, I deal with institutional and government relations. So, the specifics is know who to call, know the right people in the right places to make business happen. Yeah. So that's the idea behind Rioplex as well.
Yeah, in business, as in sales, it's not what you know, it is who you know, absolutely. So recently, and you know, I want folks to understand, because for the working people tuning in to talk radio and the drive show right now, help managers and business owners and just working folks right now understand what is Rioplex. This is the birth child of Joaquin Spummer, and of course a lot of local investors joining him in that effort, private effort to recruit industry. We're going to be marking year one here pretty soon for the effort. So in this year, 2025, explain what it is, and in 2025, what we were able to accomplish.
Okay, so like as a whole, Rioplex is a binational initiative that aims to attract FDI into the region, foreign direct investment. Mm-hmm. The main goal is to share our story. If we don't share our story, people will do it for us. So we have to make sure that we sell and let people know who we are, the history of the manufacturing industry in the region on both sides of the border, how supply chains make sense here, how we are on the best corner of North America, and that makes us on the best corner of the world. What we've done in 2025 is started to know the right people in the right places, foreign trade offices, consulates, business organizations on both sides of the border to tell our story, to tell people who we are. Main goal. Then second goal, we started with a pipeline with projects to attract FDI into the region in different sectors that go from the manufacturing industry to energy and so on. So right now in our pipeline, we have over 40 projects from different parts of the world. And those data, those numbers let us know where do we have to go and who do we have to meet to.
Mm-hmm.
because that will make us actually confirm projects in the region. Because at the end of the day, what we want, and I think that a main goal for everyone here, is to bring prosperity into the region. And that's why the private sector is really interested in working with us, because the private sector, the business, women and men, are the ones that have the real estate sites, that have the companies that will be suppliers of the bigger companies that are going to come here. So at the end of the day, it's a whole ecosystem, and we are ready. We have been working with it for a long time, but just want to make sure we bring more and better businesses into this area.
When we refer to the region that is northern Mexico, from here across the border with the multinationals to the multinationals around Monterrey, which is only, 2 hours by road, even faster by plane. So all the multinationals, all the international businesses, all the jobs, all the manufacturers, we could bring a lot more in a time when in D.C., for example, the mindset is to reshore and nearshore and bring all those businesses over here. So April, for the KURV faithful, you guys remember all the noise that we made, because we were blessed that Mr. Spalmer took us to Houston along with other folks to make some noise, do some videos, and have conversations with local leadership, but also the foreign attaches that are in different countries that have consulates in Houston. And I think there were 13, 14 countries there. Of all of them, I think Mr. Spalmer said, we're still working some of them, and some of them have stronger leads than other. How far advanced would you say? Because this is, the nerds that listen to KURV, you guys are very familiar with the whole economic development concept from the economic development offices. This is a private sector initiative. We can lure companies, we can bring companies. The idea is at the speed of business as a complement to EDC. Yeah. You get a fish on the hook. Hello, EDC, Brownsville. Hello, EDC Harlingen. Hello to the Cameron County judge. Let's get it done. Let's squeeze the skids to get them down here. How far along would you say of the 40 projects that you're working, más o menos, are we a quarter of the way there, halfway there? Do we need more information to be given to them? How far along are we that maybe we can get something from all these prospects?
So we have at different stages. We use different stages for the projects. I can think that maybe half of them are on the active side. We have sent over 20 RFIs for different countries.
Request for information, yeah.
Yes, request for information. And also we have a lot of projects that come from or within the Rioplex network. And that's something really interesting, because that's why we have ambassadors. That's why we have board members, because at the end of the day, our whole ecosystem can bring more business into the region and just work together to confirm said projects.
Astrid Salazar is director of planning, the strategic planning for Rioplex, this private sector initiative to recruit industry and businesses to the area. You mentioned the ambassadors, of which we have like 24, which are business owners and other leaders who have the financial means to travel. Let's say there's a aviation expo in Paris. Well, they can go. They can pay, for their hotel and their plane, and join a delegation in South Texas to set up shop, set up a booth and be there and sell the valley. So ambassadors are people that have the means to participate. They have the knowledge in business and trade and the means to participate. We got about 24 of them, and you sat them down for breakfast a couple days back. And you guys were talking about 2026, like what to focus on. Give me a feel of what you guys were able to share and some of the goals that you have for 26.
So for 2026, we shared about the global stage on the calendars we are trying to go to, because at the end of the day, we're not new in the game. So we've been doing this for a long time. We just want to be sure that we are doing things together so we can actually get projects or more projects into the region. I think we are at a really strategic time for attracting more investment into both the U.S. and Mexico, so it's really interesting for us. So we are planning once a month meetings in Houston, in Austin, Monterrey, and Mexico City, so we can get inside the industry networks that can help us promote a region. We're gonna also plan an annual signature event of Rioplex, like the one we had in Houston this year. Okay. We're gonna plan another one for next year, as well as the ongoing activities. Well, we will host delegations, foreign trade delegations, here in the valley, here in the Rioplex, so they can know about us and actually do site tours, so they can know both sides of the border, the suppliers ecosystem we have, and also the big companies like SpaceX and the infrastructure like the Port of Brownsville and the bridges we have, so we can make sure they understand why this region is the best place to invest.
Astrid Salazar with Rioplex, the private sector economic development initiative, the private sector industry recruitment initiative. She's director of strategic planning. We got 24 ambassadors that are participating with this effort in the region from southern Mexico, from southern U.S. and northern Mexico. These leaders of industry and other leadership of academia and other businesses that are going to be selling the region, northern Mexico and southern Texas. And the sit down, they had a breakfast looking at 2026. And going back to what you said, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And as we broadcast today, and that's why I'm sweating like crazy right now. Somebody thought it was going to be 40 degrees outside and 45 inside the warehouse. No, we're in the warehouse, probably like 90 degrees, and I'm wearing a suit. Okay. So in who you know, we're here because Governor Greg Abbott needed a place to speak. And he has an economic development team and a board as well. And it's nice to know the governor to pick up the phone that in the event that you land potential big fish. Hello, Governor, can you grease the skids? It's all part of knowing the leadership here and also major leadership in Mexico, which I know you probably have some folks that you know. And probably even Mr. Spalmer knows folks there too.
Yes.
So in 2026, the other place that you're going to do like the national sit down, will it be like in like last time was Houston? They got a lot of foreign attaches there. Is the next one like in the Dallas area, or are you guys still deciding where to go to figure like let's see who has embassy row or consulate row to maximize on that? Industries, specific type of industries that maybe you laser focus on. Is it aerospace? Is it what were the industries that the ambassadors mentioned? Okay, this is what we need to go after.
So we have the traditional sectors, the sectors where we know we are really powerful, like automotive, electronic components, energy, but also we're trying to focus on the other potential sectors that we know we could land and we can work with, like the battery sector as well, the energy transition. Also, even though space and aerospace and defense has been part of our region, I think we can focus more on that because of SpaceX, because of the suppliers we can bring from that sector, and that's why we were part of Paris Air Show this year, and we're trying to go to Farnborough next year. That's in the UK, and it's an air show as well.
President Trump and Governor Abbott, they are determined that the state of Texas remain and continue to grow a leader in high tech, whether it's these data centers, chip manufacturing. We got NVIDIA in Houston. So I'm thinking, as a complement to that, our region should be feeding into that as well.
See, we're trying to also be part of Semicon West and Semicon Taiwan. So we can focus on that. As you know, Texas has an office in Taiwan as well. So we're going to work with them to attract more investment from Taiwan into the region as well.
There's the potential. I just throw this at you as a close. There is so much potential for the U.S. to reshore, maybe even nearshore, but I'm thinking reshore for the sake of national security, pharmaceuticals, medicines, medical equipment, things like that. Did that come up in the conversation? Because like 90% of that is in China. No, that's not good for the U.S. or the Western Hemisphere for all that medicine and equipment to be in China.
Yes, actually, we do have some suppliers and medical devices companies both in the U.S. and Mexico, and it's one of our traditional sectors. And one of them that's actually located in Reynosa, they had an expansion, I think, 1 or 2 years ago. They're a big company, German one. So I think that we are going to work more on that sector to bring more companies. And at the end of the day, also really important, a lot of the plant managers and people from those companies that are established in the region can be ambassadors for us as well, because they can share the story of how successful foreign companies have been in this region and help us bring their suppliers.
Are you willing to bring on board more ambassadors, some business owners, landowners? Okay, so how do they do that if they want to join the team of ambassadors with Rioplex?
Yeah, so we are deciding and looking at specific profiles, as you said, is people that are business leaders that have the resources to travel and also the knowledge of how business and FDI works in the region.
All right. Thank you for hosting us today. Appreciate the invite. Astrid Salazar, Strategic Planning with the Rioplex Economic Development Group.
This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Check of some of the headlines of service of Edinburgh CISD, along with our university, UTRGV. Their collegiate high school is currently enrolling freshman and sophomore classes. It is open enrollment in the region. So for more information, call 956-289-2300. Foreign students might soon have to submit the last 5 years of their social media post in order to visit the U.S., according to Customs and Border Protection. In McAllen, bond has been set for a woman accused of stabbing a police dog with McAllen PD. 54-year-old Latanya Wallace was booked to the Hidalgo County Jail. According to the Centers for Disease Control, watercress is being named the healthiest vegetable in the world. Got a perfect score of 100 from them. And heads up, if you got a little baby, precious little babies, little babies. Dozens of infants across the U.S. may have contracted botulism from tainted baby formula.
The FDA says as of Wednesday, the outbreak includes at least 51 infants across 19 states with suspected or confirmed botulism who were exposed to ByHeart Whole Nutrition infant formula. Federal health officials say the company's products may have been tainted since March of 2022. The ByHeart baby formula company announced a voluntary recall last month. The baby formula had been distributed nationwide and internationally, both online and in stores. Multiple families of the babies who have gotten sick from consuming the product are suing the company. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
News Talk 710 KURV is your station in the Valley for Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night football. A big thank you to McAllen Bolts at 23rd and Business 83 in McAllen for providing us all the play-by-plays. We got Thursday night football tonight on 710 KURV. Check up sports up next.
Come into Volvo Cars Edinburgh today and find the Volvo that's right for you. Shop from a great selection of Volvos today. Get comfortable in the incredible new 2026 Volvo XC40 with all new technology and innovation that makes the Volvo brand stand out from the rest. Lease one today for just $389 a month. That's right, $389 a month. We shop the competition so you don't have to at Volvo Cars Edinburgh. Dale gas!
Make a child's Christmas brighter. Adopt an angel from the Salvation Army Angel Tree today at Lee's Pharmacy. Visit the locations at 1901 South 1st Street or 5120 North 10th Street in McAllen. Stop by and help bring joy to a local child this holiday season.
The eternal struggle. Too hot? Too cold? Forget about it. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC will make your home a true Goldilocks zone. Don't bear it alone when your fairy tale home feels like a nightmare gone wrong. Mighty Mike is your shining hero who will save the day with service that's not too early, not too late, but just right. Call Mighty Mike at 956-686-1353 or visit callmightymike.com. Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC. Get it right. Call Mighty Mike. Mighty Mike to the rescue.
Just one call to solve it all.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in the McAllen at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
Michael Berry, host of The Michael Berry Show, inviting you to join Sergio Sanchez, my buddy, for The Sergio Show. Weekday mornings starting at 9 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Padami app.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for men and women.
The San Antonio Spurs used a good start offensively to get revenge against the Los Angeles Lakers last night, 132-119. The Spurs had a great first quarter as they were able to put up 39 points, and that was in comeback fashion as LA grabbed an early 13-7 lead. The Lakers would not lead again. The Spurs would go on to outscore the next two quarters, which grew their lead to as much as 19 points in the fourth. It was an all-around team effort for San Antonio as 6 players finished in double-figure scoring. with the top performer being Stefan Castle, who led the team in both points with 30 and rebounds with 10. Here's his top highlight, a nice layup right through the defense of Luka Doncic.
Sets a screen, they switch. Vassell knocks it away and creates a turnover. Castle forcing the action, gets around Doncic for two. That was shifty.
The win improves the Spurs to 17-7 on the season, and they look to keep the streak going as they host the Washington Wizards next Wednesday, as they take some much-needed rest in the meantime. With your Texas in the Morning Sports Report, I'm Jet Nelson.
AccuWeather says highs today should be around 80. We start this Thursday morning, temperatures mostly in the low to mid 60s. Border Bridge wait times is posted on KURV.com. Again, the report from U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Let's see here. 45 minutes at all three bridges for the McAllen area. Again, all these wait times for traffic headed back to the U.S. And if you're driving back up the Brownsville area, and it's about 30 minutes at, actually south of Harlingen, Los Indios, 30 minutes. The Brownsville bridges, less than 5 at all three major bridges for Brownsville. You got extra staff working these days, or what's going on at Brownsville? That's good. They're moving that traffic. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Freddie says, okay, time to give away. So Santa Freddie Santa Freddie. I'm sorry, Freddie, what'd you say? No, Freddie, come on, Freddie. So Freddie's feeling very generous right now. Of course, it's because it's other people's tickets. It's not like right. He has a family 4-pack to the South Pole Illuminated Festival in McAllen. The McAllen Convention Center campus is gorgeous, like illuminated, all these beautiful things that you can take pictures. And of course, there's like a carnival there for kids, and the food trucks, and the funnel cakes, and all that wonderful stuff. So train rides, and the little NASA photo exhibit, the s'mores station, the South Pole Artisan Market as well. Holiday Carnival is beautiful. Take your family. Family 4-pack for the McAllen Convention Center South Pole of Texas experience. Would you like a family 4-pack? You need to send Freddie a message at the 710 KURV WhatsApp number. Here we go. You need to tell Freddie, hey, Freddie, I want some tickets. Santa Freddie, I want some tickets. 956-862-2482. Did you get that? Put it on speed dial. 862-2482. Text Freddie right now. Family 4-pack to the South Pole Illuminated Festival at the campus, McAllen Convention Center. 862-2482. Santa Freddie, I want some of those tickets. Family 4-pack. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Online at Radio Para Mí.
Hi there, my name is Tony Bolstead. My wife and I, Carol, own Sand Monsters. We'd like you to come on out and have fun. We've got a half-mile long track out here. It runs across about 3.5 acres. Have adult cars and kid cars, getting laps in, learning how to drive on the sand. And we also lease space to Redline Helicopters is one of our tenants here, and they've got a pad and they do helicopter tours. Lone Star National Bank and the team there really helped us get this thing put together, answered all our questions, huge help.
I am Stephanie Harrison. I am the second generation owner of Sisters Interiors on South Padre Island. We had always dreamed of owning our own land and owning our own building, using our design team to create what you see here today. That's how we got involved with Lone Star National Bank. We partnered with them and they helped us, create the dream.
Since 1955, Martin Farm and Ranch has been the Valley's premier Purina feed and hay dealer.
But we're so much more than a feed store.
We carry saddles and tack, tons of show feeds and supplements, and the best line of cattle chutes and sweep tugs, alleyways and scales around. Not to mention acres of ranch fencing and posts.
The Martin family would like to thank you for 65 years of business. And let's all give thanks for the birth of the Christ child. Merry Christmas!
The newest dealership in the Bert Ogden Auto Group, the all-new state-of-the-art BMW of FAR, is now open with an incredible selection of new BMWs to choose from and the same exceptional service you've come to know. Right now, during the BMW Road Home Sales Event, you can lease a BMW X3 for just $599 a month with $51.29 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. BMW of FAR, now open on the corner of Expressway 281 in Owasso in FAR. Come find your new BMW today.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole with Your Money Now. President Trump said the Federal Reserve's latest decision to cut the benchmark interest rate could have been at least double. They cut a 0.25 percentage point yesterday. Trump called Fed Chair Jerome Powell a stiff who approved a rather small cut. Agricultural equipment manufacturers are seeking weak demand as President Trump's tariffs rip through the agricultural economy. Top senators appealed to the White House to aid equipment manufacturers just days after Trump announced a $12 billion bailout for farmers. More farm aid is likely on the way from Congress. Cisco stock eclipsed a record high set in March of 2000 at the apex of the dot-com bubble. Cisco is trying to find its role in the artificial intelligence boom, selling infrastructure to enable the operation of large-scale models. Futures are mixed a day after the Federal Reserve's interest rate decision. Wednesday, the Dow Industrials gained 497, the NASDAQ up 77, the S&P 500 up 46. That's your money now.
Your 710 KURV exclusive AccuWeather. So highs today, it's going to be warm. They'll be around 80. And lows tonight, what we feel right now, temperatures are low to mid 60s, and that's the forecast for tonight. And mid 80s for tomorrow, says AccuWeather. Thank you for waking up with Newstalk 710 KURV. Merry Christmas from all the crew here at 710 KURV and Radio United. We keep our WhatsApp number handy. It's 956-862-2482. It's a good number. You can send us comments, news, suggestions, and like Freddie, giving away family 4-packs right now to the McAllen campus at South Polo, Texas Illuminated Experience. It's 862-2482. Fox News coming up in about 2 minutes on the Valley's Morning News. Top commercial roofing team around here is Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, with a cutting-edge technology for not only the installation. Let's say you've drafted some plans and erecting a structure here in the near future. You really should give Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing a call and show them the plans and talk about materials and the type of roof that you need to keep you in business and keep your clients, your tenants, in business operating without any water coming down at them, ruining equipment and operations. Yeah, that's what you need. Waterproofing. It is in the name for Chamberlain Roofing Waterproofing. Trust them with 125 plus years of experience to give you an honest and an expert opinion on the condition of all the roofing systems that you presently have, whether it's city, county, or you got some private businesses out there, some commercial strips and warehouses. Get them checked for free. That's how you start a relationship that will matter, a relationship that will benefit you and your clients, the people using your buildings. Get Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing at your commercial sites. Check the condition of the commercial roofing system. Expert report. That way you got knowledge and you know what to do in near future. 956-655-6178. The website, chamberlainltd.com.
Football season is here, and it's time to fire up your backyard for the ultimate game day experience. Whether you're grilling for the family, friends, or the whole neighborhood, South Texas Outdoor Kitchens has everything you need to be the MVP of the barbecue season. Stoke is the premier barbecue supply headquarters in the RGV, and you can get game day ready with a new barbecue pit, smoker, pellet grill, or pizza oven, and stock up on your charcoal, pellets, spices, and supplies. And while you're here, visit our sister store, Backyards Unlimited, which has everything from Tree Frog's big redwood swing sets and play systems to spring-free trampolines and rival basketball hoops. And remember, all play systems have free delivery and installation. Don't wait. Get here now because we're offering special financing with 0% interest for 18 months. That's right, no interest for 18 months. Visit Stoke and Backyards Unlimited today on the expressway across from the Shrine in San Juan. Or click BURGV.com. South Texas Outdoor Kitchens, your premier barbecue headquarters in the RGV.
Go! 10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
Bumper to bumper information.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Thursday edition of the Valley's Morning News. News Talk 710 KURV. News radio for South Texas, also broadcasting at Radio Para Mi, and as a free app. Go get it and listen on your smartphone. News on 710 KURV, a service of Edinburgh CISD, along with UTRGV. Their collegiate high school is enrolling freshmen and sophomore students. It's open enrollment in the region, so call 956-289-2300.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Dueling healthcare plans will come up for a vote in the Senate today. Democrats want a 3-year extension of Obamacare subsidies. Wyoming Senator John Barrasso earlier on Fox and Friends.
The Democrats are coming to the Senate today to do another bailout of Obamacare.
Democrats say the Republican plan is dead on arrival. What led to Michigan suddenly firing head football coach Sharon Moore?
Moore, who has a wife and 3 daughters, was fired by the school after 2 seasons because it said it had evidence that he was having an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Well, cops have now released a statement saying that they had responded to investigate an alleged assault and taken a suspect, implied to mean Moore, into custody.
That's Fox's Greg Thompson. Charlie Kirk's suspected assassin, Tyler Robinson, expected to make his first in-person court appearance today, 2 p.m. Eastern. America's listening to Fox News.
A state story, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton continues legal action against 2 physicians that he says continue to force hormone suppression drugs on children.
In October and November 2024, Paxton first sued doctors May Lau and M. Brett Cooper for illegally prescribing gender transition drugs to Texas children. Now he's amended the lawsuits to include what he says is new evidence they misled pharmacies and insurance providers by falsifying medical records to represent that the testosterone prescriptions were for something other than transitioning a child's biological sex. Lau already turned over her medical license and moved to Oregon. Paxton says this is the first time any state has brought healthcare fraud allegations against medical providers for unlawful gender transitioning. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Religious faith in our country. According to a new Pew Research study, after several years of going down, well, at least at the moment, it's holding steady.
A new report from the Pew Research Center finds that 70% of Americans say they identify with a religion since 2020. Pew also says young Americans remain less religious than their parents or grandparents, with 55% claiming a religion. The nones, or the Americans claiming no faith, nearly doubled in size from 2007 to 2022, from 16 to 31%. I'm Jim Roop.
And an investigation showing online grocery service Instacart, their use of AI, led to item prices being hiked as much as 20%.
Consumer Reports and Groundwork Collaborative say AI is helping Instacart gauge how much it can charge for a particular item before shoppers decide not to purchase it. It found the grocery service displayed different prices on the same household items at stores like Albertsons, Costco, Kroger, and Target. The report said the price hikes could cost shoppers more than $1,000 a year. More than 250 million orders were placed through Instacart in the first 3 quarters of this year. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
News Talk 710 KURV is at the free app called Radio Para Mi. Go get it. Listen on your smartphone. Thank you for waking up with 710 KURV on air and online.
Spotlight on your health. Brought to you by DHR Health.
From our women's hospital at DHR Health, OBGYN, Dr. Roxana Mujevali Solis.
Here at DHR Health, we just approved a new OBGYN residency program by the ACGME. We have our new class of residents. So we have 4 residents right now, and we're going to incorporate them in all aspects of OBGYN training. They will be with us in clinic, labor and delivery, doing surgery alongside us. Residents are fully trained doctors who are doing their specialty in OBGYN. They will be seeing patients, but always under the supervision of an attending, which will be like me or someone else who's core faculty. Unfortunately, the Hispanic population here and other Hispanic